Welcome back to USA Legend Archive. In the past few days, we've received the somber news that some of America's most beloved stars have passed away. Today, we take a moment to honor their lives and the lasting memories they left in our hearts. Their stories may have ended, but their legacy lives on. If these icons touched your life, please show your respect by giving this video a like. Thank you for being here with us. Now, let's begin.
They don't see just where we're going.
Crofts, the gentle voice behind melodies that felt like warm evening light, passed away on March 25, 2026, at the age of 87 in Austin, Texas, following heart failure. With him fades a sound that once drifted effortlessly through open windows and quiet summer nights, carrying a sense of peace that defined an era and leaving a heartfelt mark on the Celebrity Tributes 2026. As one half of Seals and Crofts, he helped shape the soft rock movement of the 1970s, blending folk, jazz, and country into harmonies that felt both simple and profound. Their defining hit, Summer Breeze, rose into the top 10 and became a timeless anthem of calm and belonging, alongside a string of Billboard Top 20 hits that defined the era, including Diamond Girl and Get Closer. Yet his journey was not untouched by challenge. At the controversy surrounding their 1974 album, Unborn Child, tested both their audience and their place in the industry. Still, he remained true to his voice, guided as much by faith as by music. What lingers now is not just a catalog of songs, but a feeling, soft, steady, and enduring, like a breeze that never quite disappears.
Baby, just call me angel.
Chip Taylor, the restless songwriter whose raw instincts gave the world some of its most unforgettable melodies, passed away on March 23, 2026, at the age of 86 while in hospice care. His life never followed a straight line, and that was exactly what made his music timeless, earning him a place of honor in the USA Legend Archive. Best known as the mind behind Wild Thing and Angel of the Morning, Taylor created songs that felt almost too simple to last, yet somehow echoed across decades. Wild Thing became a #1 anthem that helped ignite the spirit of garage rock, while Angel of the Morning found new life again and again, crossing genres and generations. Inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2016, he proved that true songwriting does not chase perfection. It captures something real. But his journey was anything but conventional. At the height of his career, he walked away from music entirely, choosing the unpredictable world of professional gambling before returning years later, as if chasing a different kind of rhythm. Chip Taylor did not just write songs. He lived them, messy and free, leaving behind a legacy that refuses to sit still.
Hard to live without the love she gave to me.
Smokey Robinson is one of those rare voices that seem to carry an entire lifetime inside a single melody. A man whose songs have comforted broken hearts for generations. Yet behind the tenderness of that unforgettable sound is a life marked by sorrow, endurance, and quiet trials that never fully let him go, reminding us that sometimes the gentlest voices are born from the deepest wounds and the longest nights of the soul. Born in 1940 in the north end of Detroit, Smokey Robinson entered a world shaped by poverty, overcrowding, and uncertainty. Growing up in a house filled with relatives where hardship was constant and comfort was fragile, and where the cold of winter and the weight of survival pressed heavily on a child who would one day teach the world how to turn pain into beauty. That childhood was changed forever when he lost his mother at only 10 years old. a loss that left a silence so deep it seemed to settle into the walls around him. And from that moment on, love became something he remembered more than something he could hold, forcing him to grow up with a kind of loneliness that would later echo through so many of his songs. In that silence, music became not an escape, but a necessity, as he wrote lyrics on scraps of paper and slowly transformed grief into poetry. And by the age of 17, he had already written more than 100 songs, each one carrying the feelings he could not always speak aloud. His rise was anything but easy, shaped by rejection and perseverance, until his meeting with Berry Gordy in 1957 opened the door to Motown and changed the course of music history. And as Smokey and the Miracles went on to record Shop Around, Motown's first million-selling hit, followed by timeless classics like The Tracks of My Tears, Ooh Baby Baby, and You've Really Got a Hold on Me, while Smokey himself became one of the defining songwriters and producers of an entire era. The honors that followed reflected the depth of that legacy, with induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Songwriters Hall of Fame, the National Medal of Arts, the Kennedy Center Honor, the Library of Congress, Gershwin Prize for Popular Song, and a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, each one confirming what listeners had long known in their hearts, that Smokey Robinson did not simply make music. He helped shape the emotional language of America itself. Yet even great success carried a cost, as years of relentless work, private struggles, emotional exhaustion, and the quiet ache behind fame left their mark on him. And in later years, new personal challenges and legal turmoil placed his name under painful scrutiny, testing not only his reputation, but the peace he had spent a lifetime trying to protect. And still, in his 80s, Smokey remains a figure of grace, reflection, and faith, a man who continues to create, to endure, and to remind us that dignity is sometimes most visible in the way a person carries sorrow without letting it harden the heart. If Smokey Robinson's music has ever stayed with you through a lonely night or a tender memory, then perhaps you already understand why his story matters so deeply today. And if one of his songs ever helped you feel less alone, let that memory live for a moment longer. Because some voices do not fade. They become part of us forever. And if you would like to continue listening to stories like this, consider subscribing to the channel so we can keep these memories and meanings alive together. For more than 3 decades, Phil Campbell did not just play rock and roll, he carried it. As the driving force behind Motorhead's relentless sound, his guitar roared through generations, shaping a legacy that refused to fade. On March 13th, 2026, at the age of 64, that roar fell silent after complications following a major operation, marking the loss of one of rock's most enduring warriors and becoming a somber highlight in famous deaths news this month. Joining Motorhead in 1984, Campbell became the band's longest-serving guitarist, a role he held for over 3 decades, standing shoulder to shoulder with Lemmy Kilmister through 16 studio albums and countless stages around the world. From Born to Raise Hell to Eat the Rich, his riffs were not just music. They were statements of defiance, grit, and raw energy. Yet even after the band's final chapter in 2015, he kept the fire alive, performing alongside his sons and proving that rock was never just a career, but a way of life. His final battle was fought quietly, away from the amplifiers and lights, but with the same resilience he carried on stage. Phil Campbell leaves behind more than sound. He leaves behind a spirit that will always play loud. Before the chants of a generation found their voice, country Joe McDonald was already singing them. A rebel poet with a guitar, he turned protest into melody and defiance into something unforgettable. On March 7, 2026, at the age of 84, he passed away in Berkeley, California, following a decline in health due to Parkinson's disease, closing a chapter that once echoed across one of the most turbulent eras in modern history and becoming one of the most poignant celebrity tributes 2026 for the folk rock community. As the frontman of Country Joe and the Fish, he helped define the sound of the 1960s counterculture, blending folk, rock, and sharp political commentary. His anthem, "I Feel Like I'm Fixin' to Die Rag," became the voice of anti-war sentiment, but it was his 1969 Woodstock performance, leading 500,000 people in a raw, unfiltered chant that cemented his place in history. In that moment, music was no longer just entertainment. It was resistance, unity, and truth spoken out loud. Though shaped by conflict and controversy, he never lost sight of humanity. Country Joe did not just reflect his time, he gave it a voice that still resonates today.
Forget the day and dream of the girl I used to know.
Some dreams take a lifetime to find you, and for Tommy DeCarlo, it arrived when he least expected it. A devoted fan with a voice shaped by admiration, he never imagined that one day he would stand at the very heart of the band he loved. On March 9, 2026, at the age of 60, he passed away after a courageous battle with brain cancer, leaving behind a story that felt almost too extraordinary to be real. In 2007, while working a regular job in North Carolina, DeCarlo recorded Boston covers and shared them online as a tribute to the late Brad Delp. What began as a simple act of love turned into destiny when Tom Schultz discovered his voice and invited him to join the band. For nearly 2 decades, he carried Boston's legacy across major arenas worldwide, and performing timeless hits like More Than a Feeling and contributing to the band's 2013 album Life, Love, and Hope. Beyond Boston, he built his own musical path with the band DeCarlo and continued creating with the same passion that first defined him. Even as serious health struggles forced him away from the stage, his spirit never dimmed. Tommy DeCarlo proved that the most impossible dreams can become real and endure far beyond the spotlight.
I was pretty much a working musician, taking every lousy gig you could imagine.
Bob Power was never the loudest voice in the room, but he was often the one shaping what the world would hear. A quiet architect of sound, he transformed raw ideas into timeless records, building the sonic backbone of an era from behind the mixing board. On March 1st, 2026, at the age of 73, he passed away, leaving behind a legacy woven not in spotlight, but in resonance, officially becoming a part of the USA Legend Archive. From A Tribe Called Quest's The Low End Theory to Erykah Badu's Baduism and D'Angelo's Brown Sugar, Power helped define the sonic identity of hip-hop and neo-soul at their most transformative moment. His genius lived in the unseen, layering samples with precision, shaping drums that hit with clarity, and deepening bass into something almost physical. In a time when the rules were still being written, and he did not follow them, he quietly rewrote them. His journey was never about instant recognition, but about years of curiosity, discipline, and belief in sounds others could not yet imagine. Bob Power did not chase fame, he built foundations. And long after the music fades, the world will still be listening through what he created. Ross, the boss. Friedman did not just play guitar, he wielded it like a weapon. A true rock warrior, his sound roared through the raw streets of punk and the thunder of heavy metal, carving a legacy that refused to bow to silence. On March 26, 2026, at the age of 72, he passed away after a fierce battle with ALS, leaving behind a fire that will never burn out and becoming one of the most significant American legends who died today. As a co-founder of the Dictators in 1973, he helped ignite the early New York punk scene with unapologetic attitude and relentless energy. But it was with Manowar that his legend thundered across the world, delivering battle cries like "Hail to England," later ranked among the greatest metal albums of all time and shaping a decade of pure metal power. Across 6 albums and countless stages, and his riffs became anthems of defiance, loyalty, and strength. Even as illness slowly stripped away his ability to play, the cruelest blow a guitarist could face, his spirit never surrendered. The man who lived by the creed of true metal fought to the very end with the same intensity he brought to every note. Ross. The boss was never just a guitarist, he was a force, and forces like his never truly fade.